Muchísimas gracias por sintonizar a Talking Rock en Español. Estamos transmitiendo desde la ciudad más feliz del mundo, Anaheim, California. Yo soy su servidor, Héctor Robles, y a mi lado está
Cristian Mejía.
Y vamos a hablar rock en español.
Wow, man. All right. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Talking Rock en Español. Amazing. This is ridiculous. Freaking stupid, man.
And he's not looking at my wiener, just so you know.
I cannot believe that we're in the year 2013, man. Unreal. Last year was a great year. It was fun. You know, we started the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, subscribing. And we go at it again, 2013. A lot of surprises and a special announcement by my co-host here, Hector. And we're moving on, man. So, Hector, Happy New Year.
Same to you, buddy.
All right, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Well, what's going on? What's the big announcement?
I don't know. You tell us, man. It seems like you're going to be making a big announcement today, dude.
Well, it's not that big, I guess. We're still going to be...
But hold on. But we'll leave the announcment until the end of the podcast and stuff.
Okay, all right.
But
look at this guy.
Let's not rush into
Mr.
it, man.
Cock tease over here, just like the weather girl on TV, huh? Okay, tune in at the very end. We'll go ahead and show you the.
Maybe we'll talk about it in the middle and stuff.
All right.
But what you got, man? Like again.
We took a little vacation, I guess, because of all the holidays and stuff like that. So I know a couple people were asking what's going on with us. Did we retire? No, we haven't retired. So
no, there's a lot of stuff that we're always gonna talk about, I guess. Or
yeah, you know what? One of the biggest things, man, the situation with O'Malley Jones. Remember the guy? Well, obviously you went with me, but yeah, there was I'll go ahead and tell you guys a little story about that. Just recently, we were invited to go play in Bakersfield, California, for a show for a radio station. So we ended up, going. So the show was, it went really good for us in Bakersfield. Really kind people from La Ligera. That's Hollywood in the background over there. This guy gave him some catnip or something.
It's got an itch.
But yeah, with this radio station La Ligera invited us, and so we went out there and we put on a show, and it was a really fun situation, man. And they're doing a lot of big things with La Ligera right now.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. They're supporting a lot of the scene.
A lot of the local scene, man, which is really cool because, not to dog other radio stations, but, they're not doing that part of it that much. I mean, they are, I'm not saying they're not, but these guys are really going out of their way to help the local community and build all these bands up. And it was a great pleasure for them to let us play. At that show. But anyway, I'm kind of sidetracking. Once we played the show, we drove back over here to Anaheim, and we stopped at an IHOP, me and my cousin Bobby, my little tag team partner Robin over there. And I ended up seeing this guy. There was this black guy sitting right next to me. And he was wearing like a top hat, like kind of like Slash. And I'm like, hey, that's a pimp-ass hat, bro. And it turns out he really was a pimp. So... it was pretty cool, man. He was a pretty cool guy. We kind of started chatting a little bit. He started telling me that he was a musician as well. So I started kind of getting a little more interested. I'm like, well, really? Well, what do you play? He's like, well, I'm a singer, blah, blah, blah. And, I've done a lot of big things with, all the funk people. So I started naming out names like Bootsy Collins and he's like, yeah, I know all those guys. And I was like, what the hell? Like, kind of, you just stumbled onto this person, So this guy, he invites me to a show in Long Beach. I guess he plays in Long Beach and some.
He has a residency.
Yeah, residency at it's like more an upscale restaurant, right?
What's the name of the place?
It's called Bliss 352 or something like that. It's called
the Bliss. I can't remember. A nice place.
But anyway, so me and Christian end up going over there, and. Honestly, I have not been impressed by a person's performance like that guy since I saw Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine at the Universal Amphitheater. Like, that's the last time I remember that I looked at somebody's performance and I was like, wow, man, that I need to learn a lot of shit from this guy. And I mean, that was, I guess, really cool story about meeting this guy. So hopefully, maybe we can get him on the podcast at some point so he can talk about. But I guess this guy also toured with James Brown, right?
That's right. He was actually, I think he did background vocals for him, and he recorded for them, I believe.
And also, I do believe that his mom was one of the Raynettes from Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
So I mean, it's a crazy ass.
A lot of music history behind him.
Yeah, it was just like kind of one of those destiny things where like, who the hell would think that at 7 a.m. coming back from Bakersfield, I'm sitting at an IHOP and I end up meeting this guy, and it's just some crazy destiny shit, I guess you could say.
You know what? That's actually one of the beauties about being involved in music.
That shit just happens.
You don't know who you're gonna bump into, man. I have some, some opportunities started coming in my way, and obviously I'm gonna make. Go ahead and make. Most likely, I'm gonna start making. One of the announcements I wanted to make is most likely.
Hold on. Go ahead.
It just seems like I'm gonna continue doing shows. I'm gonna start doing shows pretty soon, so I'm looking forward to it. But again, it's just being around in this scene, if you call it, or in this industry.
It's a small scene, man. It really is.
It's, the people you end up meeting is just unbelievable, and some of the opportunities. But yeah, I spoke to the owners from where I used to do the shows here in Anaheim, and I'm gonna be doing shows again, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's cool, man. And like I told you before, dude, there's not that many promoters that actually put that heart and soul into the quality of the show, not only in the quality of the bands, because sometimes you show up to shows and like one band's great, but the rest suck. And so, I mean, I do have to say that when you put the shows together, I mean, they're not all, at their peak. All the bands are developing, but I know for a fact that I'm not going to be like, dude, this is the shittiest fucking band ever, I'm not going to say that when I show up to one of your shows. And also the way you promote. So I'm really happy for the whole scene that you're back in again, man, because that's exciting for all of us, dude. I mean, if you bring it up, I mean, it helps the whole scene, I guess. So.
Yeah, there's been actually people have asked me before, hey, why did you stop, or why? Obviously, I got into a big car accident a while ago, like in 2010. A couple broken ribs and whatever. That's history. It's gone. We move forward, but it was not healthy enough, I guess. To go
just so you guys know, he was actually filming a porno inside a limousine when this car accident happened, and he twisted himself a little weird.
With the broken penis. No, but it's one of those things, and I don't know. It's just I feel like I have something very positive. And,
a little itch going on.
Yeah, I always had it. I always had this little itch, but I don't know, something. I feel like something magical is going to happen this coming year, 2013. So I'm very excited for it, and I'm also excited, to see.
Hold on, you're saying this coming year? Today's Tuesday, man. We're already in 2013.
This year, But I'm also excited to see what the local bands have, and looking forward to their performances. And it's just unbelievable, man. I think there's a lot of support. Like I seen a lot of from La Ligera doing their thing.
Club owners, dude. Club owners are actually stepping it up, dude.
Yes. The Trip.
The Trip, dude.
Amazing place, dude.
We just finished playing this place this past Saturday at this club called The Trip, and they
Santa Monica.
In Santa Monica, California, and they transmit their stuff through the internet as well, so you could hear and you can see the show online. I think it's thetrip.com. And so we played there on Saturday, and it was a super fun thing. But it's also really awesome when the sound guy gives a fuck, when the guy,
the owner.
Yeah, he really cares, man. Like, he's there fixing your sound, and he goes to the back. And usually, sound guys will go to the back to go have a beer and go talk to their friends,
have a cigarette, whatever. They just ignore you. It's
like,
whatever.
This guy went to the back to see how the mix was sounding, man. And to me, that's something special, man. And that's like the kind of respect that you're like, this is very, very professional. I appreciate it, and it just makes the scene such a better place. And I'm starting to see this more and more often. Also at Roberto's in Chinatown, dude. Roberto, even though he wasn't quite as extensive as this guy at the Trip, I mean, he's still he's trying really hard, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure, man. He's doing a lot of good things, man. A lot of good things, you know. A&M producing their shows out there, doing their thing, and
With another thing too that I thought was just great with La Ligera when we ended up playing. Most places you show up and they're like, you go on stage at 9:00, so be here at 8:30. You know, you're like, really? Okay, whatever. So you show up and you're basically, your sound check is your first song. With La Ligera, it was
call
pro.
it a line check, basically.
Yeah, with La Ligera, it was really pro, bro. We showed up and they're like, be here at 4:30 in the afternoon. You guys don't go on stage till 10:00 at night. Be here at 4:30. Set up your gear. We're gonna do a live or a sound check. So they did our sound check. You know, turn up your toms a little bit more. You know, we're gonna have to work on the vocal EQing a little bit more. So I mean, that's to me like a great step that the Latin community is taking, dude. Because I'm running into this more and more often now in the regular clubs, you know, where people didn't care before. So it was really impressive that that La Ligera is that caring about the bands that they're putting on, you know. So it was really
It's pretty cool, man. That's awesome, dude. That's happening. Oh, and also just the tip of advice, you know, for all the bands, just you know what, have your tech writer ready. Do not wait until the last minute. Go as you go and start writing everything that you need, so it becomes really easy when either when you submit to a festival, a big event, even at a small venue. It doesn't matter, but it helps a lot to the sound
break down
engineer.
exactly what a tech writer is a little bit more for ignorant people such as myself.
Nah, come on, man.
Go ahead, go.
No, but the tech writer is basically it's like your input list, that your requirements that you need and stuff, or your
How many
setup.
microphones?
How many microphones? You know, where the PA goes, and
Who needs a monitor?
Who needs who needs monitors? How many DI boxes you need? In some cases, some people could be a little bit picky. Say, you know, we prefer
green M&Ms.
SM57 on the rack toms or whatever. You know, but just that information. Make sure you always have it handy, just in case anyone asks for.
All right.
You email it right away.
One other thing I did want to mention to you as well, man, was I'm not a big reader. I actually, dude, the last time I read a book, I was in college. Fucking, I think it was Where the Red Fern Grows or some shit like that.
Why are you going to share my secrets, bro?
Well, check this out, though, man. You brought up a book to me that at first I was like, dude, this book's fucking thick. It doesn't have any pictures. So I was like, I don't know if I want to read this shit. It was How to Become Your Own Booking Agent. And phenomenal book, dude. I could not put this book down. I mean, this is the first book that I've actually been reading like during my fucking lunch breaks at work, dude. That's when I was reading this book. So it's so important that I have to tell everyone out there, you have to buy this book. Like, it's like, if you're really serious about your business and you're serious about, you know, doing this as a living and getting paid for it, you have to go out and purchase this book. So I just wanted to, you know, kind of throw that one out there. It was that important to me that I was like, I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? I mean, the music business. So
yeah, it's a really good book, man. There's some other stuff that I also recommend, and I'm sure I'll be providing you guys some information as long you know, as time goes by through the podcast. But I highly recommend this book. It's very well done, very well written. It's going to open up your mind where you're going to be like, wow, oh, okay, I could do that. Or this is what I really need. It's very helpful to achieve your goals in
God damn it, what's the goddamn book already?
Not just in music, but as part of your life also.
What book? Oh, the book we were talking about right now?
We were talking about.
Okay, my bad. I'm like, dude, what book is this guy talking about? He didn't tell me about this one.
Yeah, man.
Okay, no, yeah, it's for sure, man. And it breaks down like different ways that one of the things that I found really awesome about it was like for pay. Like, some people are like, oh, I I make $300 and that's what I need to make. And it kind of explains and breaks it down for you in different ways. Well, you can maybe get a percentage if they can't pay you the full amount. One of the things that I thought was great that the guy said, it was a girl. I'm sorry, the girl who wrote the book. She said, "Okay, say they can't pay you your fee, but you can still negotiate. You can tell her." You can tell the individual, say they want you to play in a festival on a side stage. You could still tell them, okay, you know what? We'll do it for 1/3 of the cost right now, but promise us we will get a spot next year in the main stage for a full amount. So I mean, it's bartering, you know.
It's negotiation.
But most bands don't even think that. They're like, well, you can't pay me the $300 and I'm out.
A lot of them get butthurt over it.
Yeah,
it's like the thing is, you need to be able to work with people. And that's how you're going to start, like, climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, and it was like it kind of opens up your mind a little bit more to business. And you're like, you know what? I need to become a little more business savvy. Like, say they can't pay me the amount that I want. It's cool. What else can you do for me? You know, besides that, well, you know, can you get me on a cool bill? Can you, I don't know, fucking you make drums? Can you give me a fucking drum? I mean, whatever, you know?
Can you make pancakes for breakfast?
Whatever the situation might be, you know? So it was really interesting, man. But yeah, I definitely check that out. It's called, what is it? How to Become Your Own Booking Agent?
The book is called How to Become Your Own Booking Agent by Jerry Goldstein.
And I think there's like the third edition?
This is the third edition.
Okay.
So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and post up a link on the webpage. And so you guys can see it. And it's going to hit you right onto Amazon and get it.
Yeah, and also it's got forms in there that you can download as well, so you could actually use for your own business for your band. What else? What else we got in the news, Christian?
Well, not so much, man. Well, I mean, I just.
You want to talk about the Rolling Stone situation with the Latin with Pitbull in the front? Yeah.
You know what? There's also something. It hasn't. I guess it's kind of bothering me a little. But maybe somebody, if they read the magazine, if they saw it, can email me. But I'm looking at the Rolling Stone magazine from the November issue, the one with James Bond.
And your favorite musician, Pitbull.
And then once you flip it, they have a special edition of Latin music, Rolling Stones, and they nominate here the 10 best albums of rock Latino de todos los tiempos. That's kind of questionable to me, dude.
Well, I mean, obviously this is opinion, but I found it kind of interesting how it was like mainstream. Like it was, I don't know, man. Like they didn't even have Los Héroes del Silencio on there, and you're like,
that's why I'm questioning.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Because it's like, wait a minute. Let's.
They had Julieta Venegas, dude. And I mean,
let's see. Let's go over this. And I don't know, man. You guys can email us or.
You know what? They had Café Tacuba in there, which yeah,
okay,
you could be.
The 10 greatest Latin rock albums of all time. This is of all time. When they say of all time, does that mean that the time has completely ended?
Well, no. Well, hold on. Well, to me, the biggest thing on there is rock album.
True. Okay, so exactly, rock album, right? So, I hope you guys, the audience, can write back. You know, give me some feedback on this because I don't know. I may be ignorant.
I think it's just politics, though, bro. I mean, that's.
So hold on, then, man. Here we go.
Go. Yeah.
The 10 greatest Latin rock albums of all time. Let's start off with number 10 and break it all down.
Okay,
go down, all right? Santana, number 10.
What the fuck? He doesn't even play.
Abraxas from the 1970 album. All right. Number 9, Os Mutantes. This is from 1968. Number 8, Manu Chao, Clandestino, from 1998.
That was a good album. I mean,
it's a cool album, but I don't know if it should be number 8.
Okay, go.
But number 7, Karnak, from 1995.
Maybe I'm just ignorant, bro, but I don't know. I just don't think that these should be in the top 10. But okay.
Number 6, Anterciopelados, Rio, from 2008.
Oh, really, dude? Really? Okay, go. Keep on going.
Number 5, Soda Stereo, Sueño Stereo from 1995.
Technically, I guess, yeah. I mean,
Number 4, Babasónicos, Infame from 2003. Number 3, Julieta Venegas,
you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude.
Buen Invento from 2000.
Julieta Venegas ranks better than Los Héroes del Silencio in rock Latino. Okay.
I guess.
All right. No.
Okay.
And I'm not writing Bumburi's balls either, you know?
No. I mean, Julieta's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah,
I really
dude,
like her, but
you know what? She was really badass with Tijuana No.
To me, in general, she's just
right.
a great performer, dude. But
number 3?
great songwriter. But I don't know. I don't know if it's number 3 though, man.
Okay, go.
Los Fabulosos Cadillacs, Fabulosos Calavera from 1997. And your number 1 album of the 10 greatest Latin rock albums of all time, Café Tacuba, Re, from 1994. So you tell me what's is that a great are those the albums that I have to have in my library for sure? I mean, I'm even missing Molotov. You know.
Well, I don't know, man. I think I really honestly that looks like to me like there's a shitload of politics behind that. That's not a person writing reality. It's a person writing, okay, I don't even know who they're signed with, like all these bands, but to me it's like, all right, well, Sony, BMG, or BMI, or fucking, you know, all the record labels, like, okay, this is what we're going to put on here. But I don't really think that that's the right list. But then again, man, maybe I'm fucking crazy.
I don't know, man. It's just...
I mean, I definitely think that Café Tacuba deserves to be there.
No,
sure.
Definitely, for sure. Café, yes.
Mean, I think...
but I don't know. It seems like they missed out on a lot of other artists out there, too. Dude.
And I think that Santana, he's a Latin musician, but, I mean...
He's not rock en español, right?
Well, he's not even Latin. I mean, yeah, he's got Oye Como Va, but that's not even his. That's Tito Puentes. So, I mean, it's like, that guy's on fucking, like, all English people records, so it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
no, but I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. Someone get the crayons out and just explain it to me, dude. That's all I'm saying. That's
and then
all.
Pitbull's on the front page of it. I mean,
you know, I could see because he is selling it out.
And I'm not hating on Pitbull because he's got that shit right, dude. I mean, he's pulling all the right moves. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, if you're doing the 10 best Latin records on there,
he's not even on there.
Exactly. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
he's just on the cover. So
I don't know. Maybe because he sings in Spanish and English. Maybe that's why they're trying to sell covers. They're trying to sell, and they're like, what, Latino? Since Shakira is having a baby.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing, you know, about Rolling Stones. I heard that it's supposed to be, they're going to start adding, like, you know, a couple pages catering to the Latin people. I mean, this is something they should have done probably a little while
Fucking
ago.
1997? Yeah.
Probably, you know. But
I mean, it's cool, I guess, that they finally are putting something on there with the Latin community. That, I mean, it's finally happening.
It's cool, man. It's always cool because...
but I just think it's questionable with that list. Like, really? Like, okay.
That's all I'm saying, dude. I mean, to me, I'm not... hey, man, I subscribe to the Rolling Stones. I get my magazines every month, except this one.
I actually ended up buying that one at the grocery store when I saw Pitbull, and I'm like, oh, shit, Pitbull.
But... yeah, dude, I don't know, man. But I like the idea, though, that they're catering to us, you know, to us Latin people. I love that.
Yeah.
It's I really do. You know, and to me, that's always been sort of like my vision, like where there's really we don't
separate one from the other
genre, you know, from the other, because I still listen. I mean, I would love to hear like some Spanish rock on a K-Rock, dude. I would
You know that,
fucking love that.
and you
Dude.
know what? K Rock's numbers are going down, dude. Here
Every
in
radio station is
in
going
LA,
down,
no,
dude.
but K Rock specifically, like their demographic is starting to be more and more Latino. So I think that it would be a good thing to maybe feature some Latino artists on there. You know,
Oh, that would be really cool, dude. You know, but you know, we're just doing a little podcast here, dude. That's all.
just
You
throwing
know?
shit up against the wall and seeing what sticks.
I guess, dude. But what else you got going on, man? Like, you know.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what's gonna be happening. I guess the big
Yeah.
announcement.
All right, then. Go ahead and give us your big announcement, dude.
I will be leaving the podcast.
What?
Yeah, man. I sorry to tell you this, but
No.
no, it was basically, and it's probably been one of the hardest decisions I've had to make. To be honest with you, just because I love coming in here and just discussing music and just you know, just kind of bullshitting with friends and you know and people.
Not necessarily bullshitting, but you know.
Well, I mean, just you know, talking with friends and trying to help other friends of mine that listen and giving them the knowledge that I have. I mean, it's just a little bit, but I mean, here's what I have and what I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to ask the people that are sitting in front of me, like if my friends were sitting here, what would they be asking that person? So it's kind of tough because, you know, I'm not going to be doing that much, I guess, anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But my big goal here for 2013 is I really want to push our band, Experimento 56, and we're going to be releasing an EP. We're going to be recording some more material. And I've basically decided that, you know, school's out, man. You got to go out there and you got to do this shit. And basically, I'd rather find out if I'm going to fail or if I'm going to do something with this. And so that's basically what I want to do, man. 2013 is a year either where
you're gonna make it.
Yeah.
You're gonna achieve.
I'm gonna achieve some success, I guess. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna become, you know.
Yeah, it's never about make it or break it. It's
Yeah.
just you're basically
I'm gonna go
going
100%.
all-
I
yeah,
guess
you're
you could
going
say.
all out with it.
Going all out. I'm actually gonna be able to invest some money now, which has been one of the biggest weaknesses on my end. That it takes money.
I think that happens for a lot of bands, though. You know, where the money seems to be the big situation. It takes a big role in a band, and then you have other members that they just want to play, but they don't want to invest. And when the band gets paid, they want to get also a big percentage of that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work that way, man. I mean, being in the band is just a big commitment. It's pretty much like a marriage, dude. When you look at it, everybody puts in their own little part, and everybody's gonna get a nice piece of pie. You know, when it's when the compensation comes in, dude.
It's more complicated though, man. Because like when I first thought about and actually you mentioned this to me. You told me you're like, hey Hector, what made you get into playing? Like saying I want to be a musician, and I could tell you right now, man. There was 2 moments in my life that I was like, this is what I want to do with my life, dude. The first one was Rage Against the Machine. I went to go see them live, and I already loved their music. I was already playing music, but it was at that moment when I saw Tom Morello, you know, with the spotlight and you know playing that wow wow chicka wow wow. What was it, Bulls on Parade or? He was playing that, and I was like, fuck, dude. That's what I want to do in my life. That I want to be that dude making money that way. That was my first time I ever like I just fucking knew it, dude. And the second time was watching the Red Hot Chili Peppers play at the Forum in LA, which was actually a really funny thing because I ended up seeing them when Dave Navarro was in there. I actually hated Dave Navarro in the band as well. But I mean, still like there was a funk band that came on before them. I don't even remember what their name was, man. And they had just the party jumping, dude. And I was like, dude, this is what I want to do with my life. So, I mean, life kind of throws you a lot of curveballs and a lot of shit happens. But I mean, that's what really inspired me to do this. And I'm kind of gotten to the point where I'm all, you know what? You say you want to be, you know, a musician, but what are you doing to get yourself further? So you do everything you can that doesn't involve money, but then at a certain point, it's just like any other business. If you're starting a tortilleria, you're gonna need the fucking machine to make the tortillas, you know, and you need to invest the money to buy the fucking $10,000 machine. Same thing with the band. Like you need to invest the money for your merchandising because that's how you're gonna make your money. And I mean, it's $1,000 for the CDs, it's $500 for your T-shirts, it's
whatever the expense is, but you're always gonna have it.
But very soon, I mean, after you already buy your $3,000 worth of musical equipment, then you still have to buy, you still have to purchase all those other items, and I mean, it becomes very overwhelming and a lot of money, and it's one of the biggest weaknesses in bands if you really look at it. Like, we want to go see this band, I won't mention their name, but professional band touring in the United States, and the guys didn't have any fucking merchandise, bro. And you know what show I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm like, that's ridiculous, dude. Like, how are you supposed to make money? Like, that's not being very business savvy. And they had a girl with them, but the girl was just hanging out and doing nothing. It was probably one of their girlfriends or something.
Look at me.
But I'm just saying, like, you have the girl set up a merch booth, dude. Like, I mean, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me how a lot of these bands don't realize this, and we just as a community need to become a little bit smarter in business. And I guess that's what I really want to focus on, man. I really want to look at the business aspect, and I'm like, I want to push this, and how can I monetize all the hard work that I'm doing? And not that give me money, but it's just like, if you go to a job, you expect to get paid, you know? Same thing with music, man. I mean, you love it, it's your art, but at some point you need to fucking eat. So you need to figure out, how can I make what I love to do the thing that is going to let me, you know, put food on the table for my family. So
it's going to be really interesting, you know, because thousands and thousands of bands performing every single night through Southern California, dude. And
I know you've told me, dude, that I need to leave. You're like, you need to go somewhere else, bro, because there's oversaturation of the market. But, I mean, different things happen, man, and you can't just leave. You know, you just can't. Well, some people can't. And in my situation, I can't just take off to Mexico and go. But
you're trying. Well, I think you have also gained some knowledge now,
dude.
You're gonna be able to apply it.
Dude, just in being on a podcast for this past year, I've felt like I've grown just leaps and bounds, dude. Like, just, I mean, for the information.
Pubes started popping out on you.
Yeah, my pubes have been growing now. But, and then that's just from listening to the other bands, dude. From listening to people with you know, knowledge, and just like going, you know, okay, how am I gonna apply this? And I mean, but seriously applying it, not just, you know, it coming one ear and going out the other. And I mean, like you saw on the show that we did on Saturday, man, it's a hell of a lot better than the shows that we did, you know, 4 shows ago. And I think that one of the problems with us as bands is that we're like, okay, how many shows can we book? Fuck it, 5. Okay, we're playing 5 shows a month. But ultimately, it comes down to this: like, you book your show, you play, and you go, okay, how can I improve the next show? Like, literally sit down and write down what you. Fuck, the bass player was chewing bubblegum. We can't have that shit. That's fucking amateur shit. We can't have that shit. So you sit down and you write that down. Tell your bass player, hey, bro, no fucking bubblegum on stage. Your drummer is wearing his hat backwards. You're like, hey, dude, we can't. You know, we got to look a little more presentable. We got to fix this or that. So you got to actually
your appearance. You got to work on your appearance.
Well, I mean, but it's not that. It's just you got to sit down, analyze what you did wrong in that last gig, no matter how small it is. So the next gig that you do, so basically every gig that you do, you say, this is the best gig I've done ever. And then you play the next one, you're like, dude, this is the fucking best gig I've done ever. And you got to play it like the next gig is the most important gig you've ever played in your life. And I don't know, I guess that's kind of my approach that I've been taking. And I've been learning a lot from the podcast, so I kind of feel like I got to go out there, dude. Got to go out there and do this shit and see what happens.
I think you'll do great, man. I think you'll do great. You know, you're pretty savvy on a couple of things now, dude, and it's gonna be fun, dude. I'll be watching you guys, you know, from here, I guess, you know. But looking forward to it, man. And like I said, a couple of things going your way, a couple of things coming my way. You know, I'm still
I,
working on my other project that has been my dream since 2007, man. And I started doing it this past year with a couple of with some other great people.
are you gonna announce what you're doing now?
Not
Or?
at the moment.
Okay.
I still want to go ahead and get a couple more things going, but some people some people know, and
I gotta tell you guys, it's big, man. It is
it's
big. So
it's a lot of work, though, man. It's definitely a lot of work, and we'll see. When the time is right, I'm gonna go ahead and definitely make the announcement, and we'll see where it goes. But it's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun also, but a lot of learning as well.
dude, it's crazy, man. This next year, like I said, I feel, especially in Southern California, man. And I know a lot of people are like, you need to talk about my scene and blah blah blah, but we're not there, so we don't know exactly what's happening there. But what I could tell you here in Southern California is that everyone is stepping this shit up a lot, man, and it's starting to feel like damn, something's happening.
Yeah, yeah, I even feel it like, I feel it like in the atmosphere, man. Like the
Smell
things,
napalm in the
the
morning.
things are going on, man. You know, things are happening, dude. And you know what? I actually want to take this moment and be able to apologize to some of the bands that have been inviting me to come see them and not being able to go. It's just I've been overworked and it's just been ridiculous, man.
I know there's been a couple of
There's
them
been
that
a lot of stuff that I've been working with, and I sincerely do apologize for not being able to make it to your shows, but I will.
I know
You
even
know,
even
I
the guy
definitely
from
will.
Broquimera invited me as well, and I feel like shit, dude. But it's just like so much
It's
shit is happening, bro. Like,
believe me, it has, yeah, dude. And Luis, if you're listening, I please accept my apology, man, and I will come see you guys as soon as I can, dude. I'm
and
looking
there's
forward to it,
quite
dude.
a few bands,
There's
dude,
a lot
that
of other
have been
bands too.
hitting both of us up, and I mean, I guess there's only a certain amount of time in the day, and sometimes there's just not enough time. But I mean, we're all watching, man, and just like Freddie from Profecia said, even though you don't think that people are
Oh
watching,
yeah,
man. So you gotta always keep that in the back of your mind, like even though that promoters aren't there,
they're watching.
they're
We're
watching,
still
man.
watching.
They're watching what you're doing, man. So keep your chops up, keep on pushing, and things are happening. So
That's for sure, man. On another note, I guess we're just gonna go ahead. This is gonna be a very short podcast because I know that
oh no, we're going to NAM too. We're coming up in a few weeks here. So
yeah,
how excited are you about that? It's been a while, right? You've been how? When was the last time you went to NAM?
1995.
Damn, dude. Holy shit.
So yeah, Nam, here I come, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
That's gonna be fun, dude. It's a madhouse out there, dude.
Yeah, well, the cool thing, I mean, they never did this before, like what you said that they would actually sell stuff.
Oh yeah,
That
man. Like a
I
lot of the
mean,
manufacturers will sell their gear like on well during the week, but also usually on Sunday you can get really good deals in NAM because all the manufacturers are like, dude, I want to ship this shit back to China or sometimes Ohio or like places like that. They're like, you know what, dude, I'd rather sell it to you for half the price instead of me having to pay for shipping and take it back to Ohio or whatever the situation might be. But so you can get some really good deals, man.
very cool. Looking forward to it. Hector needed to make his big announcement, and
Well,
we are gonna miss him.
I'm still gonna be rolling back, man. I'm still gonna be coming back
Yeah, you're gonna
from
be
time to
here
time.
yeah, exactly. You
But
know.
but yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel a little torn, just because I love talking about music and I love the whole setup that we kind of had going here, just because it's kind of like if you could do this, what would you do? And it's like fuck, I am doing it. So I am getting to talk to these bands and ask them and pick their minds and talk to promoters and talk to all these people and having other people being able to hear it. It's not just, oh, that's it. It just dissipated into the air. Now I mean, people are hearing it, and the website has grown so much as well, man. I'm totally in awe, like that people even give a shit about what we're saying. I knew I cared, and my cousin Bobby cares, and a few other musicians that I know care, but I didn't think it was gonna take off like it's taking off right now. Where, I mean, you're being played on 2 radio stations.
Well, they rebroadcast them and
Yeah,
stuff, so
to me, it's amazing that the need for this information is out there, man. People really want to hear this, and it's very very touching, I guess, that people even care about this shit and comment, even the shitty comments. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're listening, so fuck it. I guess
everything's welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all of this is an opinion, because there's no set book, there's no rules, it's how can you hustle, and how can we all learn how to hustle. So I just find it really interesting how the brand has grown so much, and I'm looking forward to your shows, dude, because obviously I live here in Anaheim as well. I want to see what crazy bands you start bringing over here, man. You brought like El Conjunto Nueva Ola, which I thought were a phenomenal performers, dude. I mean, those guys are just fucking badass, dude. I got to give those guys some mad props. So you were able to book quite a few other bands on there too. I can't think of them right now, but I'm really excited to see what bands you can bring, man.
It's gonna come up. I'll come up. I'm finalizing a couple of things, and I'll make the announcement, and I'll post them up on the website and stuff. And that's pretty much it, dude. But it's gonna be a good year, man. It's gonna be fun. A lot of work. Dude.
Fun equals a lot of work, huh?
Yeah. But very excited, though, man. I'm very excited for the whole movement, everything that's going on at this moment. And I also want to take a moment to thank the people we have interviewed last year. Very phenomenal. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in your house, and for coming by and
Which
doing
episode?
a podcast.
Which episode did you find that you're like, wow, man, like this was fucking just phenomenal? Kind of looking back at it right now.
It's to me, it has been. I have enjoyed every single podcast.
Oh yeah, they're all enjoyable, but which one's like the one that stands out?
The one with Patricia and also with Emilio. They have stand out because it's what I've been looking for. They were the pioneers of this movement. So I thank them, for giving me the opportunity to interview them. And they started the movement here in LA, man, in Southern California. I mean, to me, they're like, they're like my celebrities, I guess, or they're like icons. They're totally icons, man, because of what they've done.
I mean, it's really interesting, man, how before you really know who these people are, you think they're like 10 feet tall, and they're fucking like this person that you imagine in your mind, like, dude, these guys conquered the fucking rock en español world back then. Like, these guys must be giants, And then you talk to them, and they're like, fuck, dude, it's a regular individual like you or me, but they just had the balls to do it, And it's I don't know, it's very inspiring, I think, from Patricia and Emilio, like all the shit that they did. It's like, damn, dude, fuck, that's a lot of work. But I mean, it was really interesting for me. Some of the episodes that kind of stood out the most, Freddie, dude, Freddie from Profecia.
Freddie too.
I mean, to me, it was just like his type of music isn't necessarily what I pop in my CD player. However, damn, that guy's got a lot of fucking business savvy, dude. Like that guy knows what's up, dude.
Yeah, and then actually they're making his own mask. I understand, dude.
To me, it's like I want to follow in his footsteps, dude. Like that's those types of individuals that I guess maybe because it's more on the band end, and I see like wow, man, that's impressive, Another individual as well is, which they've been a little bit quiet right now, Love Star. I actually really I really dig their music, dude. Like I know it's really poppy, but I don't know, man. It's one of those things where you're just like, fuck, I like their music, dude. I don't know what to say. Like that, if
It's
you
good music, man. It's cool
and
stuff.
like I've been kind of taking recording classes and recording courses since I was in college, and for sound engineering. And when I heard their recording, their new one, I think they haven't put it out yet, right? It's
No,
not out quite yet.
no, they haven't.
Okay, so I heard the new recording, and honestly, dude, I was flabbergasted. And I know the guy's like a 16-time Grammy award-winning producer and engineer, but
Producer.
but what I'm saying though, dude, is like you could see something in paper and you're like, oh wow, okay, but then you hear it with your own ears and you're like, fuck, now I know why. Like, this is a legit like this guy probably fucking earned every Grammy that he received. Like, this is top of the food chain shit. Like, no longer is rock en español comparing itself to other rock en español. It's comparing itself to fucking rock and roll, dude. It's like English music, and I think that that's one of the biggest problems with our bands, with the Latin community, is that okay, let's compare ourselves to Los Enanitos Verdes. It's like, dude, stop. This is rock and roll. You've told me many times. We need to stop comparing ourselves to the other Latin rock bands and compare ourselves to the fucking English rock bands, because that's where all this shit derived from. And what level are those fuckers on? I mean, those guys are. Listen to their quality of their sound, their marketing. They're on a whole different level, dude. And that's what we should aspire, to be, to get onto that fucking level, not
Just good quality, man.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to compare yourself to them. It's just put a lot of pride, put a lot of effort, and put a lot of hard work.
But you could
into
tell.
your stuff.
I guess you could tell in the Anglo community, like the quality is there, dude. And it's like we need to bring that to our community, and especially because this is rock and roll, bro. It's just in a different language, but it's still fucking rock and roll. And we need to stop being back in the '80s and playing our fucking double hand tapping, solos for every song that we play. And we need to get into, fucking the 21st century here. So, I don't know. I guess it just pisses me off from time to time, but
I think you're just passionate about it, dude. That's all. So,
but with that, it seems
with
that the podcast will come to an end today. And I want to thank everyone for listening and to hearing me bitch and complain through, what is it, 21 podcasts with this one, right?
yeah, 21, dude.
Damn,
nice little
dude.
collection so far. So,
And many more to come.
yeah, for sure, dude. A lot, many more. And so just Hector, has been fun. It has been a blast. I wish you nothing but the best. I'll be here to help you out. Just I'm a phone call away, or where I live.
I'll fucking come stalk you, dude.
But looking forward to the next show, man.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to see your shows, and I'm actually looking forward to see some of the bands, dude, because
Yeah.
I want to, if these bands, these local bands, and I have seen them stepping it up, dude. If they step it up, it just brings the whole community up, So, and I've seen a lot of positive things from the smaller bands, dude. Surprisingly, some of the bigger bands that I thought were gonna be, like, oh shit, these guys are gonna do something. They seem to have fallen into the same old, same old. And some of these younger bands, I'm like, damn, fool, that guy must be listening to the fucking podcast, because he's doing what we mentioned, 2 podcasts ago. So I mean, it's coming up, man, and I'm just really happy to be part of the community as well. So, want to thank everyone out there for listening, and with that,
Thanks again, Suburbia FM, from Uruguay. Also, Audio Elemental, thank you so much for rebroadcasting this podcast.